Companies worldwide have squandered billions annually on projects driven by completely meaningless corporate jargon, creating monumental disasters. This linguistic fog often obscures catastrophic incompetence, leaving entire departments utterly bewildered and directionless in their daily tasks. Business buzzwords, those seemingly sophisticated terms, frequently serve as linguistic smokescreens for a fundamental lack of genuine strategy. Executives often deploy these vague phrases to appear innovative, hoping to impress stakeholders with perceived intellectual prowess and foresight. However, this widespread reliance on opaque language can lead directly to profound misunderstandings and colossal operational failures across the board. Teams often interpret these ambiguous directives in wildly different ways, resulting in conflicting efforts and wasted resources immediately. Unraveling the true, often hilarious, impact of these buzzword blunders is crucial for any organization aiming for real clarity and success. Ignoring the insidious spread of corporate jargon guarantees continued confusion and potentially devastating financial repercussions for everyone involved. These linguistic fads promise revolutionary progress, but frequently deliver only confusion, frustration, and eventual project abandonment. The corporate landscape is littered with the carcasses of initiatives that began with a catchy buzzword and ended in utter disarray. Consider the infamous synergy, undefined future state without proper planning. Companies embracing disruption sometimes dismantle perfectly functional systems merely to chase an elusive, undefined future state without proper planning. One classic scenario involves a leadership team demanding leveraging core competencies without ever specifying what those competencies actually entail. This vague mandate sends departments scrambling, creating countless initiatives that duplicate efforts and exhaust vital budgets pointlessly. But that's not the strangest part. Some projects are launched based solely on the buzzword's popularity, not its practical application or viability. Another notorious example is paradigm shift, a phrase often used to justify radical, untested changes without any supporting data whatsoever. Imagine a highly complex project being pitched as an agile transformation when the entire organization lacks fundamental agile principles and training. The result is usually chaos, endless meetings, undefined roles, and a complete breakdown in communication across all operational levels. Teams become paralyzed by conflicting interpretations, unable to move forward due to the sheer ambiguity of their mission statement. Wait until you hear what comes next. One company spent millions implementing bleeding-edge innovation that was actually already obsolete upon launch. The thought leadership initiative often devolves into self-congratulatory workshops, producing no actionable insights or tangible value for the business. Executives frequently champion blue sky thinking sessions that generate outlandish ideas completely detached from market realities or company capabilities. Then, the low-hanging fruit strategy ignores significant long-term growth opportunities in favor of minor, unsustainable short-term gains, sacrificing future growth. This short-sighted approach frequently cripples future development, leaving organizations vulnerable to genuine market pressures later on when it really matters. And then something unexpected happened. Projects labeled game-changing actually destroyed existing profitable revenue streams, causing massive losses. The term holistic approach frequently encourages vague, unfocused strategies that lack concrete objectives, leading to diffuse efforts and minimal impact. Departments tasked with optimizing synergies often end up in turf wars, fighting over resources rather than collaborating effectively toward shared goals. One prominent firm announced a data-driven paradigm, but then made critical decisions based purely on gut feelings and executive whim, ignoring all analytics. This contradiction created immense distrust among data scientists who saw their diligent work completely disregarded by upper management. But the worst part is how future-proofing often leads to over-engineering solutions for problems that simply do not exist in reality.
Another common fail involves leveraging the ecosystem, which often translates to desperately copying competitors without understanding underlying market dynamics.
The deep dive meeting, intended for detailed analysis, frequently becomes a superficial discussion filled with more buzzwords and no substantive conclusions. Organizations proclaiming a culture of innovation sometimes punish employees who dare to challenge the status quo or suggest unconventional ideas.
This hypocrisy stifles genuine creativity, replacing authentic innovation with performative gestures and empty corporate rhetoric for public consumption.
And then, a robust framework was introduced, which was really just an incomprehensible flowchart nobody understood, causing widespread confusion. The promise of scalable solutions often leads to overinvestment in complex systems that never achieve their projected growth or efficiency. Many companies embark on digital transformation journeys without clearly defining the destination, leading to aimless wandering and wasted investments. These initiatives frequently become money pits, consuming vast resources while delivering little tangible improvement or competitive advantage. The most egregious failures occur when a simple concept is deliberately obscured by layers of jargon, making it seem profound when it is not. But wait, there's more. Some value-added propositions actually stripped away essential features, leaving customers deeply dissatisfied and frustrated. The pervasive use of meaningless buzzwords ultimately erodes employee morale, fostering cynicism and deep-seated disengagement throughout the workforce. Financial repercussions are severe, with countless budgets drained by poorly defined projects chasing abstract, unattainable goals year after year. Innovation often stagnates when real problems are obscured by a deluge of pretentious corporate language, stifling genuine creativity and progress. Teams lose faith in leadership when they constantly receive directives impossible to translate into concrete actions or measurable outcomes. Ultimately, this linguistic sloppiness creates a culture of fear, where questioning ambiguous terms is perceived as a career risk, hindering open dialogue. Organizations become less competitive, unable to adapt swiftly because their internal communication is inherently broken and inefficient at its core. The true cost of buzzword dependency extends far beyond monetary losses, impacting the very soul and future trajectory of a business profoundly. Clear communication remains the bedrock of successful enterprise, a fundamental truth often forgotten amidst the relentless buzzword frenzy and corporate posturing. Employee turnover rates often skyrocket in environments where management speaks in riddles, leaving staff feeling undervalued and confused about their purpose. Decision-making processes become agonizingly slow and ineffective when everyone is interpreting objectives through their own unique, jargon-filled lens. Market opportunities are frequently missed because internal debates over vague terminology consume precious time that should be spent on execution. This culture of linguistic obfuscation also repels top talent who seek clarity, purpose, and meaningful contributions in their professional lives. The psychological toll on employees trying to decipher obscure corporate directives every day contributes to widespread burnout and stress. Businesses become isolated from their customers, unable to articulate their value proposition clearly because their internal language is so convoluted. Trust, the most valuable currency in any organization, erodes completely when words cease to have consistent meaning or genuine connection to reality. Understanding and actively avoiding these linguistic traps is paramount for fostering genuinely effective communication and driving tangible business results. Prioritizing clarity and directness over corporate jargon empowers teams to achieve their objectives with confidence and a shared, unambiguous vision. So, before you embrace the next big buzzword, pause and critically ask yourself, what does this actually mean, and what is its true purpose? If you found this exploration of corporate jargon fails illuminating, subscribe for more incredible insights into the fascinating world of business and beyond. Join the conversation in the comments below, sharing your own experiences with the most bewildering buzzwords you have ever encountered in your career.